Good morning, boys and girls. Hello. How are you? I'm good. Let's get started with circle. It's circle time. Okay. Are you crisscross? Are you crisscross? Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Hands are in your lap. Hands are in your lap. Quietly. Quietly. Good job. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. Because your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Oh, what's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather out today? Is it sunny? Is it rainy? Are there clouds or is there snow? What is it out today? I think I saw something yellow in the sky. Yes, I did. Is it partly cloudy? Or just plain old sunny? Well, my thoughts are, when I looked out my window, it was sunny today. It might change though, because the weather changes, huh? Sometimes it's sunny in the morning and it rains at night. Okay. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Good job. So we need to take these out because it's no longer Wednesday. And we have to put yesterday was Wednesday. If yesterday was Wednesday, what do you think today is? Maybe if you sing the song in your head, you will guess it. Or you could read it up here. This T and H together says. So what do you think it's going to be? If you said Thursday, you're right. Excellent. Thursday. Good job. And we need to turn the number and make it red. Today is Thursday. Let's count how many days we've had so far in June. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. And tomorrow will be Friday. Tomorrow will be Friday. Good job. So, today is Thursday, June 4th, 2020. And it's still spring. It won't be summer until we get down here. So we have all these days until it's summertime. But the weather still can get pretty warm. And you still need to put your sunblock on your skin to protect it. Uh-oh, that Cisco's very loud. Very, very loud. Oh. And we have people coming through. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. You ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then we start again. Woo! Want to do the hand movements? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then we start again. Yay! Let's give you a round of applause. Woohoo! Kiss your brain. Awesome. Okay. So I have a really special book today to read to you. This is A Penny for Barnaby. It's a really cute little story about a bear. And this story is special to Miss Amy because my grandmother, Grammy, loved her teddy bears. And she lived on this special island called Nantucket. And this book is all about it. So let's read it so you can learn a little bit about why I like this book. This says it's for his father. The author wrote this book for his father. And what's pretty cool is this is the shape of the island. And that's where my father is from. There is not much to do on a stormy summer day on Nantucket Island, and Barnaby was about as bored as a bear could be. Maybe I should take a walk, thought Barnaby. As Barnaby strolled down the wet street, heavy rains was falling from the sky, the dark clouds, and the wind was so strong that he could barely hold on to his umbrella. When Barnaby came to the corner of Main Street, he saw something shiny on the ground. As he looked more closely, he saw that it was an amazingly shiny penny. Barnaby bent down to pick up the penny. And as he held it in his hand, the weather instantly changed. The rain stopped and the storm clouds turned to bright blue skies. The birds started chirping and the flowers sprang into full bloom. It was now a perfect summer day on Nantucket Island. Barnaby looked down at the penny as he was holding it in his hand and thought, wow, I have found a very lucky penny. Barnaby put the penny in his pocket and he continued his walk down Main Street. He met his friends Paisley the bear, Baxter the basset hound, and Cecile the seagull standing outside the newspaper store. What a beautiful day it turned out to be, said Barnaby with a smile. Why don't we all go for an afternoon sail? So the four friends went to their separate ways to spend the morning gathering everything they needed for their afternoon sail. They were to meet at noon downtown on Old North Wharf. Someone seems like they're responsible for each thing. Barnaby looks like he's responsible for setting up the boat. And who's that one? Paisley, she's responsible for the music. And Baxter's responsible for the fishing gear. And Cecile is responsible for the food. That's funny, because seagulls, that's all they want is someone's food, huh? When Beasley, Baxter, and Cecile arrived at the wharf, Barnaby was there waiting for them. "Do we have everything we need?" asked Barnaby. I sure do hope so," said Beasley. "What did you bring?" Barnaby asked Baxter. "I brought a penny," said Barnaby. "It's not just an ordinary penny. It is a lucky penny." "What are we going to do with a lucky penny?" demanded Cecile. "Sailors had a tradition in the old days," said Barnaby. "Before they went on long voyages, they threw coins into the ocean, hoping to make the powerful gods of the sea happy. The gods would then allow them to return home safely. So as we sail around Brant Point Lighthouse, I will toss my lucky penny overboard," said Barnaby. "My lucky penny will bring us safely back to Nantucket." But no one ever believed Barnaby's story. They didn't even believe he really had a lucky penny. To them, it just looked like any other penny. Barnaby, Beasley, Baxter, and Cecile hopped on board the boat and sailed swiftly out of the harbor. Barnaby, the captain, took his usual place at the bow of the boat. Baxter, who was always hungry, began to nibble on the ham and cheese sandwiches, and Cecile took hold of the tiller and kept an eye on the fishing pole off the stern of the boat. And Beasley began to play her guitar, singing, "We sail, we sail, we sail the deep blue ocean sea." As the boat rounded Brant Point Lighthouse, Barnaby quickly reached into his pocket, took out the shiny penny, and tossed it into the sea. "There's the lighthouse. That's the lighthouse that Miss Amy goes around to when she goes on the ferry. I go on that ferry in the summertime, and I do the same thing." All of a sudden, Cecile saw something was tugging on the fishing pole. "Hey, I think I've caught a fish," yelled Cecile. "Hold on tight to the fishing pole," cried Barnaby. Cecile tried to reel in the fish, but it was too big and too strong. "I can't hold on to the fishing pole much longer," cried Cecile. The fish began to pull the sailboat faster and faster out to sea. Barnaby hurried to the stern of the boat to help Cecile hold on to the fishing pole. Beasley and Baxter quickly rushed to help. All at once they were pulled out of the sailboat and flung into the air. "Oh no!" cried Barnaby and Beasley. "Woo-hoo!" shouted Baxter. "Yikes!" groaned Cecile. The four friends landed into the water with a giant splash. They saw the fog slowly rolling in and their sailboat quickly drifting away. "Now what do we do? What are we going to do?" asked Beasley. But before anyone could answer, a huge wave swept them up and carried them safely to shore. Suddenly, the four friends found themselves on the beach. They looked around, but it was so foggy that they did not recognize where they were. "So much for your lucky penny, Barnaby," said Cecile. "It surely didn't bring us back safely home." So then Barnaby, Paisley, Baxter, and Cecile poked their heads over the nearest sand dune. "Where are we?" asked Barnaby. "I'm scared," said Paisley. "There could be wild monsters," said Cecile. "This is so exciting," said Baxter. "Let's go exploring." Everybody has such different emotions. Baxter's excited and just wants to explore. Paisley's scared. And Cecile is scared, huh? Paisley and Cecile explored the island, gathering berries and collecting driftwood for fire. Barnaby made a fishing pole out of an old piece of rope and a stick which he found on the beach, and he began to fish, while Baxter tried to catch a crab for dinner. Eventually, the four of them began having so much fun that they forgot they were stranded. That evening, they all sat around an open fire, cooking the fish which Barnaby had caught, and eating the berries that Paisley and Cecile had picked. When it grew dark, they sang to the stars and danced in the foggy moonlight. And then, tired from their busy day, they snuggled together on the beach and fell asleep to the sound of the breaking waves. When they awoke in the morning, Barnaby, Paisley, Baxter, and Cecile started to worry about not being able to get home. The fog had not lifted, so no one from the island would be able to look for them. Barnaby sat down by the sea and gazed out into the thick gray fog. His eyes filled with tears. He wanted to go home. As the waves splashed against his feet, Barnaby looked down, and there was the penny, shiny in the sand. It was his lucky penny. It had washed ashore. Do you think he still thinks that penny is his lucky penny? Would you think of it as a lucky penny? I wonder what the next page is going to bring. Oh, let's read it and find out. Barnaby leaned over to pick up the penny, and as he held it in his hand, he said aloud, "I gave this penny to the sea, and now it has returned to me. Please take me back to the isle I know, a place my heart will never let go." As Barnaby spoke those words, once again the weather instantly changed. The gray fog lifted, and the warm golden sun began to shine. And there, in front of him, was his sailboat, ready to take them home. Barnaby could see the Nantucket harbor in the distance. They had not been far from home at all. Since that day, Paisley, Baxter, and Cecile truly believed that Barnaby's penny was a very lucky penny, and every time they leave the island of Nantucket and pass by Brant Point Lighthouse, they think of Barnaby's lucky penny, which brought them safely back to Nantucket. And as they toss their pennies into the sea, they shout, "A penny for Barnaby!" I love that book. One of the things that you can see is on the island, there's a little area right there that's ocean in here, this on that white area. So there's two pieces of land, and they were on that part. They got stranded on that part. That part doesn't have any buildings and such, but this part has all of the buildings on it. So they just got stranded on the other side of the harbor. My favorite book, boys and girls. I loved reading that story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as Miss Amy. And I hope you have a wonderful day outside. Get out there in the sun and have fun running around and getting some exercise. Okay? I will see you next week. I won't be here tomorrow. So, I will see you on Monday.